Hello friends, here I have this Firebase app created in Sketchware in which the admin can verify users. So here I have a button for unverified users, and when I click on this I get a list of 15 verified users, and when I click 15 users and when I click on load more users it gets me another 15 users. So now I have 30 users here, and when I click on an unverified user like this SD Comila 1, when I click on verify he gets verified. Okay, and you can see it in this verified users SD Comila 1, and when I go back and click on this verified user he gets unverified and the button shows verify. So here you can see his name gets removed from this verified users list. So I will show you how to do this in Sketchware. Okay, so I am already the admin. So here I have these two components, Firebase auth fauth and Firebase DB users. Okay, and I have made it such that only the admin can reach this page. Other users cannot reach this page. So here I have this list view 1, button 1 and text view 1. In on create I use this block stop listening for the Firebase DB component, and then I have a more block called update query. So for update query I have first declared a query, Firebase query called query1, and I have used it in update query. So here I set a number variable to numbers. There is a number variable called numbers and it is set to numbers plus 15. So here I clear the user list and then I set this query1 to underscore firebase dot get reference dot child users dot limit to first numbers. So here this numbers is this number variable numbers, which is set to 15. So it will get me the 15 users first, and when this update query is executed once again it will get me another 15 users. And to this query one I add a child event listener, which is underscore user underscore child underscore listener. So this child event listener contains all these blocks: on child added, on child changed, and on child removed, and on child cancelled. So all these are there in this child listener, this child event listener, which is user child listener. So in on child added event I get all the map variables to a list map called user list, and then I display this user list in list view 1, and in text view 1 I show the length of this user list. So when I display, the next block which will be executed automatically is on bind custom view. In on bind custom view, if the user list contains key username, then in text view 1 I display the key username, the value of key username, and if it contains key verified, then I check if the value of key verified is true. If it is true, then for button 1 I set the text to verified. If it is not true, then for button 1 I set the text to verify, and if it doesn't contain the key verified, then for button 1 the text is set to verify. So when button 1 is clicked, I set a string variable user underscore id to get value at position key uid of list map user list. So this user list contains this key uid, and if the user list contains key verified, then I check if the value of this key verified is true. If it is true, then I create a new map variable called send map and put key verified value false, and then update the key user underscore id in Firebase DB component user with value of this map variable. Okay, here I update this key user underscore id because it goes here, and you can see that this is the user underscore id here. Okay, and this is the key uid which I checked, and these two are same. So it creates a new map variable with key verified with value true or false and updates it here in the data location users. Okay, and for this Firebase DB component I have kept the name user, so it updates it there. And if the value of this key verified is not equal to true, means if it is false, then I create this map variable send map and put key verified value true, and then I update it in Firebase DB component using this key user underscore id value send map. And if this key verified is not there in the map variable, then also I create this map variable, put key verified value true and update it in Firebase DB component user with key user underscore id. So this is when the button 1 is clicked. So when button 1 is clicked, it will update the Firebase DB and then on child change will be executed. So here I have to find the position of the user list at which I have to update. I have to update this child value or this map variable in user list, and to update this I need this position at which I have to update it. So to get the position I can use the UID. So here I set a string variable, set a number variable position to 0, and then use this repeat block, repeat for length of user list, if get value at position key UID of list map user list equals the child key. So if this UID equals child key, then I set this map variable to I set this map variable at that position of the user list, and then I increase this position by 1. So this will repeat for length of user list, and the correct position this will be executed, and then I refresh this list view. Okay, another way can be to set the position when the button is clicked. Okay, we can set this position variable here. Like here I will set the number variable position to this position. So now we know the position, and instead of this we can directly use this block and then refresh this. So let's check this also. So here you can see all these names. Suppose I click on this hello boss, it gets verified, and when I click on it again it gets unverified. So here D Mouser, when I click on it it gets verified, and when I again click on it it gets unverified. So that's all in this video. Thank you very much for watching this.